This is the Rado Centrix Open Heart, and it's the first watch I bought with my own money. At the time I was looking for the Tisola Lockler dress watch, but I couldn't find one in my local watch shops, and I didn't want to buy it without trying it on first. This is when I saw the Rado, and I really loved it instantly. But at £1,780 I knew it was a lot of money for a watch for me, so I went away to think about it for a few days. I then returned and paid £1,500, which I was quite pleased about. I've had the watch now for over 4 years, so I've had plenty of time to form a real opinion on it. Was it an embarrassing mistake, or am I happy with the choice I made? The Rado Centrix Open Heart is based on the standard Centrix model, but comes with a skeletonized dial. The 38mm case is gold PVD plated stainless steel with a signed crown and a slightly domed crystal that covers the entire front of the case. The case is around 10mm thick with a lug-to-lug measurement of 47mm. The water resistance rating is just 30 metres, no doubt due to the crystal. The skeletonized dial features a thin black minute track with printed white markers, gold baton indexes and slim sword hands. The exposed automatic movement is a modified ETA movement with the power reserve extended to 80 hours. It is a solid if unremarkable movement, but because of the extended power reserve the seconds hand sweep isn't quite as smooth as you may find on other mechanical watches. It is hackable, but the crown's quite small so it can be difficult to wind. There is some nice polishing on the exposed metal, and the dial also features the typical quirky rotating anchor Rado logo, which turns with the movement of the watch. There is no loom whatsoever. The stainless steel caseback is engraved with the specifications, and there is the display window which once again exposes the automatic movement. I do like display casebacks, but it isn't the prettiest movement, and I much prefer to see them on hand-wound watches where there is no rotor to obscure the view. The bracelet is integrated and is made of the same gold PVD plated stainless steel, but with black ceramic centre links. There is a signed push button clasp made from titanium, and it has no micro adjustment, which isn't ideal, but there is a diver's extension which makes no sense at all. Yeah, I'm baffled too. On the plus side, the ceramic is scratch resistant and the bracelet is extremely comfortable and articulates really well. So what are the positives and negatives? The biggest positives are the size and the build quality. It really feels fantastic on the wrist. The gold plating has held up really well too, and the ceramic is buttery smooth. The obvious downside is versatility. It's hard to pair this watch with any outfit really. The design seems too extravagant for a formal outfit, but not casual enough to be worn with a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. It's stuck in this weird limbo where it doesn't seem to fit anywhere, and so I haven't worn it as often as I would have liked to. There are some that will say the watch is overpriced considering the movement used, and I can respect that viewpoint, but overall I still think it's a decent watch for the money, and you should easily be able to get a discount from the authorised dealer. The finishing is good and the movement is good enough. Skeletonized dials really divide opinion, but this is definitely one of the better ones, in my view. I don't regret buying it, but perhaps I would consider a more conservative watch if I had my time again. It has taught me a valuable lesson, and that is that the most versatile pieces are the ones that are going to see the most wrist time. It is something that experienced collectors will often preach. Start with the basics, then branch out from there, and they aren't wrong. On the other hand, it's a watch you won't see very often, and it's quite a nice feeling to know that you're wearing something more unique. Rado is one of those brands that flies a bit under the radar. It is known as an affordable brand, or the one that uses the weird materials, and whilst its reputation has been bolstered by the success of the Captain Cook reissue in recent times, it still doesn't get the level of respect I think it deserves, even compared to other Swatch Group brands. Rado does make some great watches. The Golden Horse, for example, is a fantastic all-rounder, and the aforementioned Captain Cook is a great vintage style dive watch. Then there's the weirder stuff like the Diostar. Nobody can say that Rado isn't unique. If you have never given Rado a thought before, I say give them a look because you might be pleasantly surprised. That's all I've got time for today. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, it really does help. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.